In this video, I'm going to show you how to double your win rate trading penny stock breakouts. My name is Andrew, and over the past 9 months, I've tracked 2,328 breakouts, and I did this, guys, to try and find the variables that truly matter. Like, how can you really gain confidence in a strategy if you can't read the future? You need confidence, you need back-tested data. So for me, over the past 9 months, I went back to the drawing board, tracked 2,328 breakouts, and it did truly take me 9 months to find this one advantage that can take this win rate right here from 46% all the way up to 80%, and I'm going to reveal that to you for completely free. I want you to take this, use this, look for this going into next week, and I promise you, you're going to be coming back to this video, commenting down below like, holy crap, Andrew, this stuff really works. So with no further ado, guys, let me make myself a little bit smaller here, and let me explain what you're looking at, because this can get very confusing. So this is a customized dashboard that I created for not only for myself, but also for my one-on-one students as well. And this customized dashboard will show you every single variable that I've been tracking. Everything from volume, free float, market cap, time frame, price of the stock when it broke out, how much the stock was up when it broke out for the day. I've literally tracked it all, guys. And after 9 months, no variable has more of an impact on win rate than the one I'm about to show you, okay? So just to give you a breakdown right here you can see the total amount of trades that I've tracked, and I started tracking back in February, and I have tracked 2,328 breakouts, okay? Typically, on an average day, you're seeing anywhere from about 10 to 15 breakouts per day. Now, the problem is, guys, if you're trying to do this yourself, is if you go to Google and you just try to find the top gainers from the past week in the penny stock world, you know, like on Webull, we have the top gainers list. If I pull that up, you see these top gainers here. All of these stocks were the big movers for the day. Like, if you try to find that for the past week, like, I challenge you to go try and find it for last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can't, because I tried to, because I was like, man, what if I could just find all of them and I could backtest all that data? Unfortunately, they don't have that anywhere on the internet. So every single day, I had to make sure that I tracked every single breakout and I put it into this big dashboard. And this allows me to see the win rate for very specific take profits. So out of 2,328 trades, right here, I have a take profit of 15%. So I want to go ahead and put this note in here, along with a couple other notes. All of this data is tracked with a 15% stop loss and a 15% take profit. Well, I have different customized take profits that I'll go over. Now, why did I choose 15% as a stop loss? Well, in penny stock world, and when we're trading penny stocks, we want to be able to catch these big moves, right? The problem is, when you want big moves, what you're really asking for is volatility. And when you get volatility, not only do you get it to the upside where you get these big moves to the upside, but also you get these deep pullbacks, right? So you want to be able to give that trade room to breathe. So I ended up settling with 15%. Now, going through the data, I think there is room for improvement as to maybe we can make that a little bit smaller, but I needed a base of where I wanted to start at. So for me, on every single breakout, like for example, this is the stock that's breaking out right here. TGE is the ticker right here. As we can see, this is the breakout level. Stock breaks out above that, closes right here. My only thing that I did was like, okay, did this stock run 15% before it pulled back 15%? So for example, if I take my box, you can see right here, we pulled back 10%. Your stop loss would have been at 15% all the way down here. So you would have been in some drawback, but we start to round, it doesn't hit your stop loss, and then this thing explodes and actually goes for way more than 15%. It goes for 40 something percent. So that's how I based all of my data, right? Comment down below if all of that makes sense. Now from here, you can see I have different take profits. Like all of these are my defaults. So right here, I have win rate for over 15%, win rate for over 30%, win rate for over 40. And then down here, I can customize the take profit percentage. Right now, the default for it is 5. But for example, if I wanted to see how many stocks ran for over 100% after breakout, I can type in 100%. And out of 2,328 breakouts, only 107 of those actually ran for 100% or more after they broke out, which is only 4.6%. Now, I want to be very clear. There have been stocks that broke out and ran for over 100%, but first they hit your 15% stop loss. And if they hit your 15% stop loss before going 100%, I did not count that in the data because that goes down as a loser, because you would not have caught that move. You would have gotten stopped out. So like, for example here, on TGE, this is where you would have entered. If this stock pulled back 15% and hit your stop loss, the most that you could have got on this trade was this move right here, which is what I would have counted, only 9%, right? Now, if this stock pulls back all the way down here to 15% and kicks you out and then makes this move, I don't count this second move because you would not have caught it. You would have got stopped out, right? That would not have been a winning trade for you. Just wanted to break that down for you. Okay, so what have I found? If you don't filter by any other variable and you just trade every single breakout as it happens, 2,328 breakouts, only 46% run for 15% with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. This is not a profitable strategy. So currently, right now, if you are trading the breakout strategy with a 15% stop loss and a 15% take profit, guys, I would highly recommend that maybe you reconsider taking a look at that strategy because from what I track, guys, it is not a profitable strategy. Now, what if you go for 30%? Well, if you go for 30% and we don't include any more variables, your win rate over the past 9 months would be 25%, which is absolutely brutal. And as you can see, your net profits, if you took every single trade with $100, you would be down $8,325. So none of these, as you can see, none of these take profits are profitable. If you went for 40%, your win rate would only be 18%. So after I started tracking this, unfortunately, I was like, okay, for me, whenever I'm trading these breakouts, this 5-minute candle closing, so in theory, this is how it was supposed to work. Let me grab the crayons. We get this big move up. You wait for the pullback, right? We establish the breakout level. This is where sellers were at. And then after it's breaking through, instead of buying right here, we wait for extra confirmation. We wait for the 5-minute candle to close. In theory, this was supposed to give us the extra confirmation, letting us know that, hey, this breakout is legit, and now we're going to make this move up. The problem was this is not enough confirmation. And I have my theories as to why this is not enough confirmation, but I needed to find, okay, if this isn't the real confirmation that this stock is legit, what's the real confirmation? So I was like, okay, what did I go through? I started tracking time of day. I started tracking free flow. I started tracking market cap. And I have all these different variables. There were 2 variables that I found that could get this win rate right here above 50%. And the 2 were free float and market cap. So free float is the amount of shares that are available for retail traders like you and I to trade. Typically, the lower the free float, the more volatile the stock is. So if I just filter right here, I have different categories. And I'll say all of the stocks that had 1 to 10 million shares on the float, all of the stocks that had 10 to 50 million shares on the float, and all of the stocks that have below 1 million shares on the float, we see we get that increase in win rate from around 46% all the way up to around 48%, which almost puts us above that 50%. Now, the second variable is going to be the market cap. So typically, the higher the market cap, the slower the stock is going to move because the company is currently valued at a higher market cap, and that typically makes the stock move slower because those stocks typically don't move off speculation as much because they've truly built out fundamentals, so they don't move off of the speculation like the smaller market cap companies do. So if we go through here and we filter and say, okay, let's just take a look at the companies that had $10 to $50 million market cap, $1 to $10 million market cap, and below 1 million. You can see this win rate for 15% now puts you above the threshold for you to actually be profitable. But 51% with a 1-to-1 risk to reward is absolutely brutal. It means you would have, if, like, let's say, for example, position size, top right-hand corner here, let's say you're in a small portfolio and you took every single trade with $1,000. Well, over the past 9 months, you would have made $3,750. So technically you would have been profitable, but you would have had to catch every single breakout on every single time frame, which is not realistic for any of you. None of you guys are doing that. I'm not even going to do that, right? And I've tracked every single one of these breakouts. Now, also, if we go through time frame, there are certain time frames that I found to not be very profitable. One of those time frames is 6 to 7 a.m., guys. If we just if I reset all of the filters here and I just go to the 6 to 7 a.m. time frame, you'll see I've tracked 200 trades in this time frame. 85 of those ran for 15%, bringing the win rate down to only 42%. Okay, so I know 6 to 7 a.m. isn't well. And if I can filter that by free float again, and I filter it by market cap right here, boom, boom, boom. You can see right here, 115 trades, 50 of those ran for 15% or more, 43%. And that's with filtering with the free float and the market cap as well. So 6 to 7 a.m. is just not a good time frame. So what I want to do is I want to take that out. All right. If I take that out, I can get the win rate up to 52%, still pretty brutal. Most of you guys are not trading after lunchtime. After lunchtime, breakouts do get extremely slow, where they're kind of sporadic. You'll get a stock that pops out of nowhere, but you may have to wait 2 to 3 hours for you to see that. So if I take out 12 to 3, do I get an increase in win rate? I actually don't. 12 to 3 overall is a decent time frame to trade breakouts. They just don't happen as often. So I'm like, okay, I'm going by time frame. I'm going by free float. I'm going by market cap. Like, what else can I look at, right? So I really started saying like, okay, in this breakout, if this is not the confirmation that gives us the big win rate, what is the confirmation? Like, should I start like maybe tracking breakouts from this level right here? Like, what if we bought as soon as it did? But guys, you know those stocks that pop up and then like they wick up and then they take a poop right after. Actually, we actually had that happen. Let me go ahead and pull that up. That was EPWK. So, for example, one of my one-on-one students actually took this trade and it took a poop on him because he tried to get in early. You see this stock right here. This is the breakout level. We round up, we get this wick right above the breakout level, and then boom, it immediately takes a poop, right? So that's why, in theory, waiting for the 5-minute candle confirmation was supposed to give you a higher win rate, but unfortunately it didn't. So I said, what else can I track? Well, I was watching a video one day, and it's something that I've always known, but it's called multiple time frame analysis, where you're taking a look at multiple time frames. For me, when I'm tracking these breakouts, guys, I'm always on the 5-minute time frame. But I was like, you know what? Let me start looking at what the 1-minute candle is doing during these breakouts. So for example, let me give you an example here, TGE, right? So a couple things here when I'm tracking these breakouts. You may say, well, Andrew, technically the breakout level should be right here, and this stock is breaking out right here. I want to take you back to my notes. I do not track breakouts if the stock is below 17% for the day. So for example, right here, let me kind of show you what I mean. This is the previous close. This is the candle at 4 p.m. the previous day. So if we just take our rectangle here from the previous close up to this level, we can see that the stock was only up 13.6% for the day at that breakout level. I want that breakout level to be above 17%. So if the stock is breaking out when it's only up 5% or only up 10% or 13%, I don't even count that breakout. I don't count any breakouts until the stock is up 17%. Right, so as we can see, we make this move up here, and now after we make this move up, the stock is up 24% for the day. What that is really going to do is going to put that on my top gainers list over here on Webull, right? So typically, if I scroll down all the way to the bottom here, you can see we bottom out at 20%. So typically, if a stock is up more than 20%, it's going to be on your top gainers list. You can easily identify the stock, right? So after we get that move up here, I'm not worried about that bottom breakout level. This is the only one that I would be trading. Now I'm waiting for a pullback. And as you can see, we get that pullback right here on the 5-minute time frame. Now my breakout level is going to be at the body of the candle, either on the green candle or the red candle, whichever one is higher. You always want to take the higher one. At least that's what I used when I was tracking on my data. So my horizontal line goes across right here at $2.09. Boom, we get this rounded bottom, and then right here at 1025, this candle closes above it. Now, originally, we're supposed to be buying as soon as this 5-minute candle closes, right? But we already know, after tracking over 2,300 breakouts, that's not going to get you to where you want to be. It's not going to get you super profitable. It's not going to be an enjoyable experience for you. So I was like, I don't really want to track when the stock first breaks out because I don't think that's going to help. I was like, if I switch over to the 1-minute time frame, let me track and see what the 1-minute candle is doing on this breakout. And after this 5-minute candle closes right here, I want to track what the next 1-minute candle does as well, because maybe I can get a telltale sign here on what that next 1-minute candle does on which way the stock is going to go. So I started tracking that. And let me give you an example right here. So for TGE, down here at the bottom, you can see the breakout happened at 1025. Now I'm going to switch over to the 1-minute time frame. And here's a cool little trick for you if you didn't know on Webull. If you right click and you go to, down here at the bottom, go to, you can pick the time of the day. Like for example, you want to follow along with me. Click on the 31st. And then what time did I say that breakout happened? What was it, 1045? Was it 1045? Let me go back to the 5-minute time frame. Here we go. So breakout happened at 1025. So right click, boom, and we're gonna go here, 1025. I click OK. Okay. So now let me switch back over to the 1-minute. Let's try that one more time. 1025, and then we gotta zoom in. Okay, cool. So now we can see what the 1-minute candle was doing during this breakout. So the very first thing was, I was like, okay, I wonder if there's a direct correlation. If this 1-minute candle is red, I wonder how much that affects win rate. Because if this 1-minute candle is red, what you're really doing, as the stock is breaking out on the 5-minute time frame, you're really buying it on a pullback on the 1-minute time frame. So I started tracking, like, is this candle trending green or is it trending red on the 1-minute time frame as the stock confirms breakout. So that's one thing I started tracking. And then also I started tracking, what does the next 1-minute candle do? Does this one close green or does this one close red? And guys, what I found through the data is that if this next candle right here closes green, this has the most impact on win rate. This candle right here closing green does have a small impact on win rate, but this is the one that truly matters. Because my thought process is this, guys. This is why I believe it has such a big impact, and I'm going to go into the dashboard and show you. I know that a lot of traders wait for this 5-minute candle to get confirmation, right? So we got to think. A lot of traders are waiting for this to close in order to buy. Boom. We get this close, people buy in, and then what happens as soon as you hit the buy button? Your palms get sweaty, mom's spaghetti, you're nervous, but on the surface. Anyway, so people get nervous right here, and they're like, holy crap, is this going to be the one? And then this next candle opens up, and if that next candle opens up red, what happens? Psychologically speaking, people get scared, and a lot of scalpers are actually cutting their position as soon as this breakout starts to die off. As soon as this starts red, they're cutting it. But what happens if it goes green? Now people who tried to wait, they're like, holy crap, this thing is actually legit. And also people who bought right here are starting to add to their position as well. So let me go into the data and actually show you like how much this matters, right? So let me go into my dashboard here. Let's completely reset this. And let's go to, was the 1 minute candle trending green into breakout? And I click on yes. And I started tracking this about like 3-4 months ago. So as you can see, 417 trades is what I've tracked, either yes or no, right? And as you can see, 417 of those were yes. So you see like the win rate's at 49%. So what I was telling you is like the 1 minute candle trending green on the breakout, if we just go back to the 1 minute time frame right here, while that is important, it's not as important, right? So let me kind of show you what I mean. So on the 5 minute candle, the 5 minute candle closed at 10:25. So this 1 minute candle trending green is what I was just showing you right here. This 1 minute candle right here, was it green, yes or no? And that's the answer that I'm looking for on my dashboard here. So as you can see, if it's yes, 49% win rate. If I click on no, 47% win rate. So we get a small boost here in win rate if that 1 minute candle is trending green. But check this out right here. Did the next 1 minute candle close green after breakout? Yes or no? Watch what happens when I click yes. If I click yes, boom, we shoot up all the way to 61% chance that this stock is going to go for 15%. And if I go over here to my customized take profit percentage, 73.68% of those have ran for at least 10%. So 210 out of 285 ran for at least 10%. I'm like, okay. So now I know a couple other filters that I can use to probably make this go even higher. Let's take a look at the free float and do everything below 50 million. Let's take a look at the market cap and do everything below 50 million as well. And let's take a look at the win rate there. Boom. Take a look at that win rate. The win rate for 15% is 69%. And the win rate for 10% is 80%. I was like, holy crap. This was the biggest unlock that I was able to find over the past 9 months. Now, here's the problem. Andrew, I can't read the future. So I was like, okay, now that I know this matters the most, if I come over here and I say, all right, out of all of these stocks where I was starting to track, is the 1 minute candle trending green, yes or no? Out of these 624 stocks that I've tracked, how many actually close green on the next candle? Because we can't read the future. So out of 624, watch this number right here, total trades, only 285 of those closed green the next 1 minute candle. So more breakouts are closing red on the next candle than closing green. So the problem is, like, we're trying to read the future, but we don't know if that next 1 minute candle is going to close green or not. And actually more of them actually close red. So I'm like, damn, dude, that sucks. So what I have to do here is, this is where we would typically buy on a breakout. As soon as this 10:25 a.m. candle closes, this is where you would typically buy, right? But I was like, man, I can't read the future. And more often than not, this next 1 minute candle goes red. And I know this decreases win rate drastically. So I was like, well, what if I just wait for the next 1 minute candle to close and I just get in a little bit higher right here, right? I'm just going to have to pay for the confirmation and I'm going to have to get in a little bit higher. And I need to start tracking breakouts from this level instead of from this level, right? Because realistically speaking, most of these breakouts are actually going red. And that's why the win rate is pretty damn low. So what if we just wait for this next 1 minute candle to close and we get in right here? So let me show you the results of tracking that. Boom, minimize. Come over here. Let me reset this for you. So let me type here. And then as you can see, I just started tracking this about like literally not too long ago, and I back tested the past 2.5 months. So all of this data is coming all the way down from like September. So if we take a look right here, we can see 101 trades and 60 of those ran for at least 50%, but I have not filtered by free float and market cap. So watch what happens. And check this out. If I type in 10% right here, we're already at 75% right here. So check this out. We go to free float and we go to 1 to 10 million. We go to 10 to 50 million. We go to below 1 million. Okay. And then we also go to market cap and we do 10 to 50. We do 1 to 10 and we do below 1. Check this out. 70% win rate for 15%, boys, and 84% win rate for 10%. So 59 out of the past 70 trades where this happened, where the 1 minute candle was trending green and the next 1 minute candle closed green as well. If you would have bought after the next 1 minute candle gave you confirmation, 70% of those ran for 15%. So let me give you an example right here. On TGE, this means you're not buying at the 10:25 a.m. candle. That means you're hitting the buy button right here, and you're either going for 10 to 15%, and that, from the data, has been the best take profit percentage. Let me give you another example right here. So let's hit delete here. If I just take a look, I can take a look at all of the most recent, and you can actually see how much these stocks ran from their breakout level. So for example, let's take a look at INTS right here on October 30th, because this is one that my one-on-one student called for over a 50% move right here. So if we take a look at INTS, I can see what time the stock broke out, and I can see where the next 1 minute candle closed. So the stock broke out at 7:45 a.m. on October 30th. So let's go ahead and pull that up. October 30th at 07:45. Okay, again, we're on the 1 minute time frame right here. And the stock confirmed breakout. This was the breakout level on the 5 minute. It confirmed a breakout right here. But instead of buying right here, right, the very first step is this 1 minute candle is trending green. We know that gives us a slight boost in win rate. And then after that, this next 1 minute candle also closed green. So we wait for that extra confirmation. We get in right here. And if you would have got in right here, you get this move. You hold through a little bit of drawdown, and then after that, boom, this thing absolutely explodes for like over a 300% move later going into the day. And one of my one-on-one students caught this for over a 50% move as well. So that's what you're looking for, guys. The real confirmation that I had to find is it's not enough for that 5 minute candle to close. You want to wait one more minute. Wait until this next 1 minute candle confirms green, and this is going to boost your win rate. It's going to double your win rate. All right. So I hope that all makes sense. If it did, guys, comment down below. If you guys want one-on-one training, I'm taking one-on-one students right now. I know all of this can be a lot. If you want me to walk you through it A to Z, you want to see if you're a good fit, go follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM with the word trade, and I'll see if you're a good fit. See you guys in the next video.